welcome back.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You know you like that.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Math Talk with Mr. Faison, and I'm Mr. Faison, or Mr. Faison, as long as you know. Today, we're working on subtracting polynomials. So if y'all watched my last video where I talked about adding polynomials, if you got that down pat, then this should be easy, right? Let's jump into problem number one. If I'm looking in the parentheses, I see 9x squared plus 4x plus 5x plus 4 minus, in parentheses, 7x squared plus 6x minus 9. Now, the main thing we need to know about subtracting polynomials is something called KCF, keep, change, flip, right? Let me show you how it looks when we put this into action. So over this first parentheses, what I want to do is add a K. Over this minus sign, I want to add a C. Over the second parentheses, I want to add an F. Okay? So now, what does these letters actually mean? This K that I put over the first parentheses stands for keep. So I'm going to keep everything the same in this first parentheses. What I do with this C over the minus sign is the C stands for change, right? So I'm going to change it from minus to a plus sign. All right? Now the F I see over this parentheses right here, the F stands for flip. So everything inside that parentheses, I'm going to flip, meaning that I'm just going to flip the sign of each number. Let me show you. So I have 7x squared. This is going to become negative 7x squared. I have positive 6x. This is going to become minus 6x. This is a negative 9. This is going to become positive 9. Now, all I do is I just go back to adding polynomials. The first thing I want to find out is the variable with the highest exponent, and that would be x squared. So I will look for all my x squareds. I have a 9x squared and a negative 7x squared. If I combine those two, 9x squared plus negative 7x squared, I'm going to get 2x squared. All right? I'm never going to use that again. I can mark it out. All right? Now I'm going to look for my x's. I have an x, 4x, I have a 5x, and I have a negative 6x. If I combine all of those, 4x plus 5x plus a negative 6x, that's going to give me positive 3x. I can mark everything out that I just used. The last thing I have left is my constant. Remember, your constant is a number that doesn't have a variable attached to it, a number that just stands on its own. So I have a 4 right here, and I have a 9 right here. If I combine them two, 4 plus 9 is going to give me 13. Now I'm looking at my answer, 2x squared plus 3x plus 13. Now let's hop over to problem number 2. So I'm looking at problem number 2. I know y'all looking like, yo, come on. Yo, my students be hating when I put problems like this on the board. But the thing I want you to understand is I give y'all these harder problems, or the problems that at least look harder, or the problems that seem like the difficulty level is all the way up here, because when you get to the easier problems, it's light. You feel me? So let's tap in and check out number 2. So in parentheses, I see 21x squared plus 3x squared minus 2x minus 4 minus 1 minus, in parentheses, 3x squared plus x squared plus x plus 2x minus 5 minus 1. The first thing I do is keep, change, flip. I got the K right there, right? I put the C over the minus sign, and I put the F over the second parentheses, right? First thing we do, that K stands for keep. So I keep everything the same, 21x squared. All right, now the C stands for change. So I'm changing this minus sign to a plus sign. The F stands for flip. So I'm flipping the sign of everything in that second parentheses. It was 3x squared, it's now negative 3x squared. It was positive x squared, it's now minus x squared. It was positive x, it's now minus x. It was positive 2x, it's now negative 2x. It was minus 5, it's now positive 5. It was minus 1, it's now positive 1. All right, so now that I have that, I'm going to combine all the like terms in the first parentheses. So I have a x squared right here and an x squared right there. 21x squared plus 3x squared is going to give me 24x squared. I can mark this out, and I can mark that out. There's no other x inside this first parentheses, so I'm just going to bring it down. Now, if I look, I have two constants, -4 minus 1. That's going to give me -5. Can mark that out, mark that out. All right, you can mark that out. All right, now that I did that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna combine all my like terms in this parenthesis. If I look, I have 2x squared. X squared, x squared. Negative 3x squared minus x squared is gonna give me negative 4x squared. Now I can mark those out. Next I look, I have 2 x's in here. Boom, boom. Negative x minus 2x is gonna give me negative 3x. I can mark those 2 out. Last, I have my 2 constants. 5 plus 1 is gonna give me a positive 6. Now what I wanna do is, I wanna combine like terms throughout this whole thing. So if I look first, I see I have an x squared right here, 24x squared, and I have a negative 4x squared. If I combine those two, 24x squared plus negative 4x squared, that's gonna give me 20x squared. Can mark that out, can mark that out. Next, if I look at my x's, I have a negative 2x and a negative 3x. Negative 2x plus negative 3x is gonna give me negative 5x. I can mark those 2 out. Last but not least, I have my constant. Negative 5 plus a positive 6 is going to give me plus 1. Now what I'll be looking at is 20x squared minus 5x plus 1. Hey, y'all. That's subtracting polynomials with Mr. Faison. You feel me? I'm going to see you on the next one.
God's plan. God's plan.